go. Here we go.
Everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go viral. You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral. Let's go viral then.
Say less.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS.
Good morning and welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz, and along with me is the man with the buys, the man with the tries, the one with the broad chest, the one, the only, Rene Borba. Johnny.
Yo. What is
Morning,
going
my
on?
brother? Not much, bro. This weekend was crazy, huh?
Yeah, good games all the way around. But yeah, also disappointment all the way around for some of these teams
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
So
Well, we kicked off, as you guys know, we ended the show on Thursday, and then we were blessed by the college football world with a great game there with Ole Miss and the Miami Hurricanes. And, of course, Michael Irvin still digging in the snow, just having the time of his life, and then followed by a Fernando Mendoza beautiful display showing why he should be the first-round pick on Friday. And then on Saturday, JB, gosh, man, these games absolutely delivered. We had the Rams 34-31, Matthew Stafford final drive to take the lead and take the hearts, as Devontae Adams said, snagged it from the Panthers to kick off the Saturday morning slate, which I had said it was going to be a blowout. I said that one was going to be a bit of a snoozer, so I apologize. I do take that one back. But the way that game started, we all thought the same thing. But then slowly but surely, you know, these boys like to play with their food just a little bit and a little bit too much. Give them a bit of a scare, almost eliminating what we think is the best team left in football. And then followed by that was what a game. Gosh, what a game! We might have to start the show off by apologizing to good old Caleb Williams for solidifying yet another comeback. Borba, what craziness that happened over there in Chicago against the Green Bay Packers as the Bears take them down 31-27. My apologies. Jordan Love. Borba has been harping on this dude all year on whether or not you can trust him. And, well, they're in the fourth quarter or they're in the second half, tell of two halves. And unfortunately, the Packers absolutely choked it away. And then on Sunday, the morning slate, the first game at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, the Buffalo Bills, Superman put his cape on, showed up, and delivered, giving the Buffaloes a 24-27 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Game after that, midday, 23-19, the San Francisco 49ers, led by Brock Purdy, take down Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley and the Eagles. And how people are asking questions, Borba, should Nick Sirianni be fired? Or is this solely on the offensive coordinator? Or, God damn it, there was this one gentleman that said, I need the damn ball. And they threw it to him, and he dropped two of the most crucial. Was it maybe on A.J. Brown? I don't know, JB. I'll ask you here in just a bit, but the 49ers get a massive win, 23-19 over the Philadelphia Eagles. And then to end the night, it was a bit of a snoozer, but it was a perfect setting as we were going to bed, getting ready for the show this morning. The New England Patriots get a good win here, 16-3 against Justin Herbert and the Chargers. And man, did I feel bad for Justin Herbert. At one point during that game board, but last night, I genuinely had to tug on my heart just praying that this dude got out of this game safely. It felt like he was getting jumped. At one point during that game, it felt like he was getting jumped. You know, we look at that offensive line, and we've said it throughout the season, like, I don't want to make excuses for Herbert because everybody's dealing with injuries, but watching that game last night, I mean, he legitimately had no time running for his life, and then whenever he would get hit, he would try to stand in the pocket. It felt I texted you yesterday. I was like, it feels like the Chargers ask more from Justin Herbert than what the Bills asked from Josh Allen. And Justin Herbert tries to sit there in the pocket. So credit to him. He tried to sit there in the pocket and deliver. And it doesn't seem like they scheme up anything to protect him from the missing pieces that they have at the offensive line. What were your thoughts on that game last night, bro?
I think there's not only did the offensive line just not block, and we knew that was the weakness of this team, and the Patriots did what they did. I mean, the big men up front were just dominating. They were sending blitzes, man. People were running in free, and that's what we kind of called. My thing is now what? Okay, so Justin Herbert, blows a 27-0 lead. Uh, his next game against the Texans, throws 4 picks. This game puts up 3 points. What are we going to get out of Justin Herbert now in the future? Like, is this like this guy? First of all, good talent, everything like that, right? We were high on this guy. This guy's one of the most overpraised. People could say overrated. I don't know if he's overrated because he's got all the skills, but now what? Like, you've given us you're 0-3 in the playoffs. You've given us three awful performances, and now what? Like, there I don't think it's a coaching job. Jim Harbaugh, his job's not on the line. At this point, when do we start looking at Justin Herbert? Because we could say, oh, he's got all these hurt guys, 2 all-pro left tackles, left and right tackle out, Uh, we could give him all these excuses. Josh Allen had every excuse to lose that game too. But what did he do? There's a difference. There's levels to this quarterback play.
There's
We saw that this weekend. And this is why I think it's going to be such a good. We saw this in the Bills Jaguars game. You pay Trevor Lawrence all this money when you're getting over 8 yards on the ground, just gashing this defense, but you only get 14 run attempts. Like, come on, dude. Like, you just got to be better. Like, at some point, for some of these games, it's the coaching. For some of these games, it's the players. And for that Patriots game, I think Justin Herbert, like, this team was only a couple plays away from making it a game, and they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it.
I mean,
So
they were in it up until the end, and it seemed like they couldn't get no
they were,
movement
yeah.
whatsoever.
I mean, 9-3 in the fourth quarter. They had the ball. They had chances to take the lead. Justin Herbert, I think, a strip sack, fumble. He threw a pick. It was just, you had every opportunity to get back in this game and make it a game. So
Yeah.
kudos to the Patriots, though, and Drake May's first start. Like, it was a little rough, but they still got it done. But I just, man, when are we going to start talking about Justin Herbert, though, is my thing. So, he deserves a lot of the
'Cause
blame. Maybe they could have done a better game plan too to get rid of the ball quicker, get these guys open. You could have done all this, but at some point, when are we gonna start ringing Justin Herbert? That's my
0
thing.
and 3, 0 and 3 in the playoffs as of now. What I saw yesterday, for me, if I'm a Chargers fan, I think that you're excited of what you saw from your team. I think you wish you would have saw a little bit more fight there in the playoff game. But as far as like success throughout the season, I think I think they had a good season. If you sit back as a fan, you're like, I mean, it is what it is. You would have liked a little bit more of a fight there, but they ultimately were able to over succeed for how depleted they were in the offensive line. I think one thing we learned is I think one thing we learned this weekend is like how much the big boys matter. And you say the games are won in the trenches, right? And I mean, we did
100%.
see some games that were won in the trenches. This one wasn't one. This one was a defensive line of battle. Both quarterbacks getting smacked up. I mean, Drake May was also getting hit. At one point, I'm like, oh, is this offensive line going to be able to hold up against a Denver's defense or against a Houston's defense, which is now going to be the matchup next week, right?
Understand.
We were excited. I kind of looked ahead a little bit. I was like, wow, we're gonna get this Denver Houston matchup sooner than what we would have liked. And Houston still plays tonight. So no disrespect to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me not look past that as I look past a lot of games this weekend. And I missed JB. I got up to that batter's box like a baseball player. I swung that bad boy and streak. It happened a lot to me this weekend, unfortunately. But
Yep.
damn. Shout out to the Patriots and shout out to Drake May. We'll go into their locker room here in just a bit, JB. Before we start talking about each of these games, I would like to ask you, what person stood out to you, or what coach stood out to you, what play stood out to you, what was the game changer for you this weekend on this slate?
I think the first thing I got to go to is Josh Allen. I mean, we've seen it in the playoffs. Now I think now that we've seen what this first round is going to bring us, I think this is going to be the theme of the entire playoffs. There's one thing constant is you got what 8, 9 quarterbacks left, eight quarterbacks left technically, that 7 quarterbacks left untechnically that are unproven. We don't know what we're going to get out of them, but they got these great teams around them. They got all these, the whole playoff pool's like that. But you got one dude who he's going to put on a show. And now, since he got past the Jags, since I do blame that Jags loss a little bit on Liam Cohen. I think he wanted to make Trevor Lawrence look good at the end, get the comeback going. I think he wanted to establish Trevor Lawrence. And I think this is just the Trevor Lawrence that we're going to get. Ups and downs, ups and downs. And so I blame a little bit of that on Liam Cohen. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen had every excuse, could have lost this game. He went toe for toe with a lesser team and came out victorious. And now,
and got beat
now I
down.
think Josh Allen, he can really make a run. Like this could be a generational run. We've been talking about generational runs for teams or players that just can't live up to generational runs. This guy can live up to a generational run. That
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
little bit of a shot. It just came natural, but you know what I mean, dude. Like this could be a generational run from Josh Allen right here. So I'm on
Yeah, and
board
you're
with
and JB, I agree with you. Shout out Terrence Main's about to go in a meeting, man. Good luck. Appreciate you. Go Pack Go. Unfortunately, not this weekend. But JB, to add on what you're saying with Josh Allen, I mean, bro got absolutely beat up during that game. To start off the
yeah.
game, I mean, right? He jams his finger. Tony Romo's talking about the grip on his hand, whether or not it seemed to be broken. It seems to be good. Uh, so far, there hasn't been an update on it yet. I'm assuming we'll get that here in about an hour from Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport from the NFL Network. But bro was getting absolutely beat down, standing in the pocket and delivering absolute dime. So I guess you're right. We can't necessarily just push things to the side for Justin Herbert because we're seeing someone like a Josh Allen deliver and sit in the pocket and still be able to deliver with accuracy. I mean, this dude keeping this Buffalo's team in the game. I mean, you're right. Maybe it was on Liam Cohen just kind of getting away from the running, especially when you're going against a team that if I remember correctly, right, Buffalo has the worst rush defense, or was it the road? They have the best pass
They're like
offense, worst
28th.
rush defense, and somehow you were trying to make Trevor Lawrence the star. I didn't like that. They still had a chance to win. Trevor Lawrence gets the ball with a minute and a second left, just to go down and get a field goal to tie up the game and possibly take it into overtime. And Trevor Lawrence with the second throw ends up getting picked off and ends the game. I don't like the way that ended, especially for the way that the story was being told of that game, and then you just kind of end it in like just abruptly. It was like boom, over, game done. It was just like, what the hell? What just happened? It was like a bad movie that was good the whole time, and then the TV just shuts off. It's like, what? No, no, Lawrence, come on, we got to make this a little more interesting. But hey, kudos to the Jags. I don't know if you saw the interview or the interaction that there was this reporter she had with Liam Conan, thanking him for the job that they had done there in Jacksonville. Let me play it for you real quick. It was actually it was kind of, it was a little bit of a tug at the heart there, JB. Let's play it real quick.
Success, young man.
Thank
You
you.
hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank
And
you.
you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you
it.
just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take
it.
care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to tell you, congratulations.
Halliburton in the comments. She real for that. You know, every now and then you do got to give your flowers. You got to give your flowers. It was a successful season for this Jaguars team. It's unfortunate that it seemed like they had the perfect roster and still were unable to deliver. But kudos to what the Jags were able to deliver. And I'm going to assume that this team will continue to stay hot. Let's remember that they didn't have their first round pick. They lost him. Could we imagine if they did have him, for what we were being told Travis Hunter was going to be? So it looks bright for the future of Jacksonville. Let's just go ahead and let's give them their flowers real quick, JB. Shout out to Jax. What was something that you learned from this team throughout the year?
I mean, they're a good team. I think you got the pieces there. It's just at the end of the day, my only concern is going to be Trevor Lawrence. How consistent can this guy get over the hump? He's had some success, but he could have played better yesterday. It was a disappointment
Yeah,
in the playoffs. I think from what he put up these last like 8 games, we got a little bit too hyped and we didn't see. We got a little smoke and mirrors a little bit, and it kind of came out in the playoffs. But can Trevor Lawrence take that next step? That's the biggest thing. I think they got the pieces there, and you still got the Lamborghini in the garage. It's under repair right now, but you still got the Lambo in the garage. So Travis Hunter next year comes back. That's going to be a good addition. What are you going to do? Are you going to bring in a couple guys defensively? Um, what maybe I don't know. I don't know what this team's really missing. Like you're only going to go as far as your quarterback can take you. So that's my thing. Like I think you got the team that can make a run, but the quarterback's got to be able to overcome.
They just wet the bed, huh? They
Kind
really
of.
just wet the bed. It's so unfortunate. I had high hopes on this Jags team. Like we said, we thought it was going to be a little too much, but Superman put his cape on, and that was the possibility that we talked about all week. Was just like, hey, Josh Allen is very capable of having a Steph Curry like game where he just seems invincible, and that's kind of what we saw. They kept them in the game long enough to allow Superman to show up, and Superman did show up. I do give you that. My player of the weekend, JB, or my performer of the weekend, I'm going to give it to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan, what he did, what him and Robert Saleh, I'll give it to that duo right there. What him and Robert Saleh were able to deliver with the San Francisco 49ers, leading them to a 23-19 victory behind Brock Purdy only going 18 for 31, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the two very, very costly interceptions. And they got in their bag. Kyle Shanahan got in his bag, reached in, little Louis Vuitton bag, I'd assume, and he set up a play for Jawan Jennings to deliver a 29-yard touchdown. What a beautiful throw to CMC, and what a catch, too. The throw was solid. The catch was so beautiful, brother. Right here over the head, snagging that boy, putting it directly to the chest, and getting the touchdown. It was a beautiful thing to see from the San Francisco 49ers. And I went to go see my mom yesterday. My brother was there, and he brought up the show, and he was like, "I'm curious to see what y'all are gonna say because you guys were kind of hyping up Philly a little bit, kind of directed a little bit towards you." He's like, "I wonder if Borba still feels the same about Jalen Hurts." I know we were praising Jalen Hurts. As for me, I was saying how we can't criticize the Super Bowl champs because they've shown us that they deliver when the time comes, and that's all we have to go off of is what we've seen in the past. And what the one thing about Philly going into this game was we kept saying the same thing. Like, you got to fire the offensive coordinator. Nick Sirianni is going to have to show that he can take over play calling, and he never did. They still tried out the same product out there, and they came out with the same results. A lack of offensive play in the second half. I think it's very worthy of discussing whether or not Nick Sirianni should be given another opportunity next year. I could see where you would criticize him, JB. Tell me if I'm off here. But to me, I kind of have the same thought process when I think of John Harbaugh, and it's like Nick Sirianni's kind of just a rah-rah guy. If he was able to have taken over play calling on the offensive side of ball this year, or even if he would have just had the cojones to fire his offensive coordinator and bring in another solid brain in to kind of help out this offense, I feel a lot of this game is on Nick Sirianni. Would you agree with me there or no?
I think you just here's the
There's
thing.
so
Like
much talent. The thing is that if you're an Eagles fan, you have Kevin Durant and Steph Curry on your team. Like, you legitimately have the Warriors with Kevin Durant on your team, and you get bounced in the first round. I don't know if you'll disagree with me there. This Eagles team has the best roster in the NFL. If you're looking at the quarterback, like Philadelphia fans are telling us to look at Jalen Hurts, they're telling us he's a top 5 quarterback. So if he's a top 5 quarterback and you see all his surrounding parts with the defense on the other side like that, there's no way you should get bounced in the first round because you have all that talent and you did nothing with it. I think it definitely at least gives us the right to raise our eyebrows and go, maybe Nick Sirianni can't get it done. We do remember that the Warriors moved on from Mark Jackson, even though Mark Jackson had the same roster that Steve Kerr ended up taking into the NBA Finals. So it's not a shot at Nick Sirianni. It's just that it's possibly they peaked. They peaked with what he's able to provide to this roster, and this roster just seems to be a bit ahead of what the Eagles are, or what of Nick Sirianni can deliver. Yay or nay?
I look, I know you're heavy on that. I totally disagree. That's right there. Like for me, this is I think how it played out. You're winning games, right? And you know that you have a leaky faucet, right? You're winning these games still. You're still cleaning the dishes. You're still doing what you need to do. But at the end of the day, like it's gonna explode on you. And this is you can't fire Kevin Batullo because you're still winning games. You know that that's the issue. You can't. I mean, at one point in the season, what were they like 8-4, 9-4, something like that? Like you just can't fire the dude because you're not putting out 300 yards every weekend on offense. Jalen Hurts. Saquon Barkley's going off. Like, you can't fire the dude. Like, for me, it's not on. We've seen. First of all, I will say that Nick Sirianni and his whole coaching staff, he's very dependent on the right coordinators to run the team. Without the right coordinators, Sirianni, you're just the rah-rah guy. You're doing all that. I agree with that part. But you can't, I don't think he's ever going to call plays. He's never going to be in that position. So for me, you have to hire the right people. But you can't fire the dude you can't fire an offensive coordinator when you guys are winning games. You just can't do that. I don't know if that's ever even been done. So for me, you can't do that. So you got to ride it out. You know that you have the issue. You just got out coached.
Let me pause you there real quick. You haven't seen that, but you saw it on your own team with the Denver Nuggets. If we remember, the Denver Nuggets had a winning record going, and they fired their coach a week before the
I think
playoffs. And
basketball is different, though.
no, but that's like, look at this team. You tell me outside of rah rah, which seems to be an issue right now in the locker room. I mean, if that's the one thing that you're appointed to do, and you're having issues in that department,
But you
you're
still
the
get
one to
11
blame.
wins. You still get 11
Yeah, but
wins, and you're 1 year removed as a Super Bowl champion. I've never seen a coach get fired as next year.
For
I've
sure,
never
but
seen
it's
NFL
not a
coach.
shot at Nick. It's not a shot at Nick. I just think that he's capped himself with this roster, and also this roster is so good that they've hidden so many issues that this team's had. I mean, even last year is the same thing. It's like we never really knew if Philly was going to make that run because they had the roster, but it didn't always look pretty. It didn't always look good. But the one thing is like, what was what's the one thing that you're certain Philly's going to deliver, and that's a good defensive game, and that's what they delivered yet again. But you have all this money and all these weapons on offense, and that's the product they put out for us. Like,
It's
you know
not
what I
good.
mean, JP?
Yeah, it's not good, but I don't know if you can get rid of Sirianni yet. Like, if they bring in another
23,
coordinator,
30.
like I expect this. I expect Kevin Patullo. I expect the news to come out this week, today, tomorrow. I expect the news to come out. I do expect some news in Green Bay too. So
Uh-oh.
I expect some news to come out
Uh-oh.
about Kevin Patullo. I don't think Sirianni. I don't think his job's on the line yet. You give me this next year, you bring in somebody else, and they don't deliver again, then okay. Then
But
Sirianni's
but
on the hot seat.
but are you going to do this song and dance every year? Like,
See,
because
that's the
we
thing.
talked about it throughout the year. Where, okay, I mean, we've seen this happen, right? They have that run with Gannon and the head coach for the Colts, right? They go to the Super Bowl, and then they lose their offense coordinator, defense coordinator. Then they sucked for a year, right? Or they sucked for 2 years, I believe. Which suck is a haha here, right? 1 year they made the playoffs, 1 year they didn't. But they get bounced in the first round. And then they get Kellen Moore, make a run in the Super Bowl. They lose Kellen Moore. Look at this year, get bounced in the first with that roster that they have. So what they're going to do next year, bring an offensive coordinator, have some success because they have the roster to do it. And then what's going to happen the following year? Boom, they're going to rip them. They're going to have to go look for another offensive coordinator. So how many times are you going to do this song and dance before you go, okay,
I
let's just
agree.
keep the offensive coordinator
I
as
agree
the
with
head
that.
coach and move on from Nick
I
Sirianni? If Nick Sirianni has no other value outside of coming into the locker room and just going, come on, boys, come on. I mean, this is just a glorified Jason Garrett at this point.
I, I,
Honestly,
I agree with
at
that.
least Jason Garrett was doing the play calling.
I agree with that, and the way that they handled these last 2 weeks, everything. So it does have a lot to do with the coaching. A lot of blame is on Sirianni. Like, Sirianni's already, I believe, on the hot seat. I just don't think he gets fired. Like the way that they handled last week. They should have played that game. They should have played to win. You should have played to win, because now you're going up against arguably the best coaching duo on both sides of the ball in the playoffs. Saleh and Kyle Shanahan. You're going up against one of the best coaching, and they know you as a team. They know they know the strengths of Phillies. They know what they're struggling in. They knew, like, they coached that game so good, and that's the one team that Philly shouldn't have wanted to see in the first round, because I believe Philly would have beat Green Bay. Philly would have beat
Yeah, same.
whoever else.
They would they would
But
have they would have ran it down Green Bay Packers' throats,
I think they
and
would have
for
won both.
whatever
Like,
reason,
that's my thing. So they handled it. They handled all of it wrong, man. And AJ Brown, get out of there. Go to the Patriots. Go somewhere else. I think we saw AJ Brown's last game. as a Eagle. So I'm glad we got that out of the way and let him
And
go
some of the
somewhere
blame
else
goes
and let him save
some
his
of the
career.
blame goes on AJ Brown. Some of the blame goes on AJ
Yeah,
Brown. I was
it
telling my
does.
brother yesterday, like
It does.
for
He
as
dropped some
much crap
passes.
as Jalen Hurts gets, Jalen Hurts delivered 2 dimes to AJ Brown's his hands, which are worth millions and millions of dollars, and drops the ball. Like AJ Brown, as upset as you are, brother, you gotta deliver. You gotta deliver. It's
It's just
crazy. Sometimes it sucks when that plays out the way it does, when the one that's being the loudest is the one that ends up making the mistake.
yeah, I think it's just so
It's
much
unfortunate.
it's so much frustration though. I think what you've seen all year long and then a game where it's either win or go home, you saw that and he let it all out. I think that sideline altercation, all that stuff, I think it was time to let it out, man. It's just
Yeah.
frustration because yeah, you're so frustrated you can't even play the game right. I feel like, like
Amen.
when people are so stupid, you have people that you work with or whatever it might be, like, and you're just up to here, like it's gonna mess up your game. And I think it got to the
Yeah.
point with AJ Brown. Like you could say AJ Brown's a diva, this and that. No, but dude, they didn't do those dudes right at all. They didn't even do Devontae Smith right. So I would be complaining too. I would be complaining. A lot
It's
of us
tough.
would be complaining. Like it's the people that are saying that like, oh, he's a diva. Can't wait to get rid of him. This and that. Like you're stupid. Like shut up. Like
You're gonna regret not having him. That's
yeah.
for
And
sure.
these guys did an awful job running that offense. And Jalen Hurts, he's not the quarter. He's not like the arm talent. From a quarterback perspective, he's not a top 10 quarterback. He's a big game quarterback, and we've seen the dysfunction all year. He can only overcome so much. Like he made some good throws, this and that. Like the whole issue is, like I said, man, the
Jalen
issue's
Hurts
been all
needs
year
everything
long.
around him to be perfect, is what you're trying to say. Here's
You just
Nick
can't cover
Sirianni.
it up
Let's
all
listen
year.
in. He was asked about the altercation with AJ Brown on the sideline. This is what he had to say.
At the end of the
Yeah, I was trying to get him off the field, because we were about to punt, and that was really it. So I love AJ. I think he knows how I feel about him. I have a special relationship with him. We've probably went through every emotion you can possibly have together. We've laughed together. We've cried together. We've yelled at each other. We're both emotional. I was trying to get him off the field, and you never want that happens in this game. That happens in this game, but I love him.
about you and AJ.
Yep, he loves them long time. JB loves them long time. It's football, baby. It happens. That happens. There's a little bit of a disagreement. The thing, it gets hot. The only reason it's being amplified is because they did lose and the way the offense looked. And obviously, this has been going on for some time. I think it's fair to say that AJ Brown, they'll probably move on from AJ Brown. I don't think so. I'm sure there's going to be a hell of a cap hit with AJ Brown. And then also, why would you want to lose one of your best players on the offensive side of the ball? Because then at the end of the day, then what happens? Then Devontae Smith is the guy. And do we really know if he's a true number one, or has he just looked so good because he's been alongside an AJ Brown and a Saquon Barkley? I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to start criticizing these dudes right away. It was a hell of a weekend, JB. Let's talk about a bit of winners before we start shitting on losers yet again, because I know you want to talk about the Green Bay Packers, the cheeseheads, while at the same time we apologize to Caleb Williams for all the things that we said. JB, actually, let's just go straight into that game. Let's go. So you come over for this game. We got to enjoy this game together. Uh, when we're watching this game, it starts off pretty much exactly how we expected, right? The Packers come out pretty hot. They get the lead, 21-3, I believe is what it was, and then we're going into half. Uh, Before they go into half, they go kick the field goal. They miss the field goal. When they miss the field goal, I jokingly look at you and I go, "Oh wow." Doesn't that just feel like a momentum shift right there? Then you kind of joke back, haha, it does, huh? And I was like, it's gonna be crazy when they come out and start to get the ball rolling. And then as the game's going on, they come back, kick a field goal. We're still not in no panic whatsoever. And we're like, oh wow, it'd be crazy if they score on this next drive. They go back down, kick another field goal. We're still not panicking because they're not scoring touchdowns. And then before we know it, we probably have like a conversation or two, look away from the TV, look back, and it's like, what is LaFleur and Jordan Love just shitting down their leg right now? What is going on in Green Bay? Look at my phone. Earl's like, fire Matt LaFleur. absolute meltdown with all the cheeseheads. Like, what is going on in Green Bay, JB? What happened in that game? What happened in that game to the Green Bay Packers? How'd these guys fold like a cheap tent? This is insane what happened over there or in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Um, Jeez, dude, that was awful. Like, you know what? Like, as a Vikings fan, as Lions fans, and Bears fans, like, honestly, you don't even want to see LaFleur get fired because then who are they going to bring in that could possibly like? I think you got all you did. You've these last what 7 years, 6, 7 years. I think you've got all you can get out of Matt LaFleur. I think he's got to go. Like, if I'm being like just a non-biased fan, I think he's got to go. But for me as a Vikings fan, I'm like, keep him, because we all love beating Matt LaFleur and the Packers. Like, Ben Johnson's not wrong. We all love beating Matt LaFleur and the Packers. So for me, I think that second half, man, as soon as you come out, you get 2 3 and outs. I think your next position, you get 1 first down, and then you're putting back to him. Couldn't generate no offense. Like, what happened? What happened? Are you being conservative? Like, the whole game plan seemed to change. It seemed to change, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, that game should have been over, man. Like,
It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Jordan
didn't
Love
make
went
sense. It
24 for 46.
played right into the narrative. Caleb Love, comeback quarterback in the fourth quarter. Great. Now we got to read all these comments again. Like, it's ridiculous, man. I wanted the Rams need to just end this team. Like, the Rams need to end them. Don't play with your food. End them. Get him out of there. Get him out of there, dude. Caleb Williams, like,
Yeah.
if you give the guy a chance, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, man. Like, the thing with Caleb Williams, he can't complete a 5-yard out route, but he can throw it, turn it around behind his head, 35 yards, a dot down the field. Like, I just don't understand it, man. The Packers just,
Well,
it's not like that. It's not like
yeah.
Jordan Love played bad either. Like that, like the Bears defense really ain't that great, but
They
you
locked
just
it down. Let me
no.
read you this. Let me read you this. The Bears forced 4 Packers punts in the second half after not forcing a single punt in the first half, outgaining Green Bay by 133 yards in the second half after being outgained by 109 yards in the first half. Chicago scored 25 points in the fourth quarter, the third most points in a single quarter in the NFL playoff history. The Bears trailed 21-3 at halftime and outscored the Packers 28-6 in the second half to secure the victory. This marked the first time a team erased an 18-plus point deficit to a win, a playoff game, since the Jaguars in 2022 divisional playoff game against the Chargers when they trailed 27-0 and won 31-30. The 18-point comeback represents the largest comeback in a playoff game in Bears franchise history. I mean, it's the tell the two tapes, JB. These guys they had too many 3 and outs in the second half. Obviously, special teams did not deliver for the Packers. It really put them behind the mark there.
Missed field
I
goal.
think when you look at this Packers team, I mean, you look at Jordan Love's stat line, and I mean, he went what? Let's see, 12 or 21, 24 for 46. That excuse me. That's a 52.2% completion percentage. But he did have 4 touchdowns. That was in the first half. I mean, the offense just going MIA. A part of that is they weren't able to get the running game going at all. I thought they were going to be able to get that going a little bit. Josh Jacobs, they made that massive move, what it seems like a year or two ago. And you would have thought that would have paid off this year. I mean, they gave him the touches. They gave him damn near 20 touches and only had 55 yards, averaging 2.9 yards per carry. I mean, that's just not going to get it done. They had the better roster. They just didn't have the bigger heart, the bigger cojones. They didn't have the grit. They didn't have they were filled with a lot of feminine energy, JB, soft. Some would say like tissue. Some would say like Charmin. Some would say like melted mozzarella. I mean, this team was absolute cheeks, absolute ASS, absolute butt, absolute BUTT, absolute ASS Borba. That's what the Green Bay Packers were in that second half. It's unfortunate, bro. I wonder, like I guess Packer fans chalk it up to injuries, right? Kind of like Charger fans are just like, hey, we lost our best
Yeah.
offensive weapon. We lost Micah Parsons, which is
I'm
what
over
we traded
excuses.
for.
Over excuses. All these, I'm tired of excuses. I'm tired of people telling me excuses. I'm tired of all these stupid excuses. These are all stupid excuses because you know why? Last year, oh yeah, Packers have the youngest team in the league. Oh yeah, before that, Jordan Love. Oh yeah, only got a year or two experience. Before that, like, oh, Jordan Love's first year as a starter. Every year, you guys sneak in as a 7th seed and get bounced, except when you beat the Cowboys. Like, so I'm tired of the excuses, dude. Like, I don't want to hear no injuries. You went up 21-3. You're up 21-3 in the fourth quarter. I don't want to hear no injuries. I don't care. You guys are still getting after Caleb Williams. I'm tired of excuses. This is playoff football. You win. If you got the better roster, you should win the game. If you got the better quarterback, whatever it might be, you need to win the game. Like, this game is on coaching. It's on coaching, and it's a little bit of, it seems like it was on a little bit of the players too. Like, I think it was just too much. You change the game plan in the second half, and now you can't even get in a rhythm. You got to still fire. If you're up 21-3 in the playoffs, you got to still fire like the same game plan as you had in the first half. Make some adjustments, but you're still coming out with the same mentality, the same game plan. We're going to score. We need to, like, stop being conservative. We just got to see more. Like, I'm it's just sad.
You know
like,
what?
Fire LaFleur, fire everyone. Like, if I don't hear that this week, if I'm a Packers fan and these dudes are still here next year, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. We saw,
Yeah, and
you've gotten all you can get out of LaFleur. And what has he gotten you?
yeah, they peaked. They peaked. They capped. Now LaFleur, if he does get
This is
fired,
a
he will
fire.
get a job instantly. All of a sudden, he'll become the favorite in the head coaching saga that's going on in the coaching world. But
This is the
JB,
difference
let's move.
between
Let's
like
move.
Packers and the Eagles. Like, you could keep Sirianni for another year. I'll let that one slide. But for this and LaFleur and that whole coaching staff,
LaFleur in Philly.
hey, LaFleur, hey, Atlanta's calling you. Go over there, get back, reunite with Matt Ryan. LaFleur over there in Atlanta. Get him over there. Get him over
Or
there.
LaFleur in Philly, my boy. Oh my goodness, that would look crazy. That would look crazy. LaFleur in
LaFleur
Philly.
anywhere.
But
Did I say
let's go to
Philly?
the other side.
Did I say Philly or Atlanta right there?
You said Atlanta, but I'm
Okay.
saying Philly.
Oh, you're
I
saying
like
Philly.
Philly.
Okay.
Philly's ready. Philly's locked and low. Philly's asking like, "Yo, come on, just give me an offensive guru out here. We can win Super Bowls if you give me some type of offensive mind out here in Philadelphia." But let's stay in that game, JB. Let's go into a couple winning locker rooms, and let's start off with the Chicago Bears and Ben Johnson. As there was a bit of a scene because there was a little bit of a video circulating around where Ben Johnson said "FUCK" to the Green Bay Packers. Let's go into this locker room. Here we go. Hey, yo. JB, you got audio, yeah?
No, I don't hear nothing. I don't see the video.
Yeah, well, my bad.
Right now, this is a special.
Sorry, boys. Let me run that back.
Hell yeah!
You got audio, right, brother?
Let me tell you something right now. This is a special group. Say it. This doesn't happen everywhere, gentlemen. Where we are right now, what you guys are doing, it's no fluke. It's no fluke. You are mentally tough, you're physically tough, and you fight all 60 minutes. Hell of a job. Hell of a job. Man, we said all week long we had to be great in the red zone. We had to be great in the red zone. 0 for 5 defense in the red zone. Now bear with me for a second. I got 4 game balls here, all right?
Bear with me. That's cute.
Because that sequence there at the end, a number of guys stepped up, all right? Let me start with the first one. Cairo Santos.
Yeah, too bad I can't fast forward that. But man, the energy from that locker room right now from Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, JB. I mean, if you're a Browns fan, how should you feel right now?
I mean, you've overachieved, and you really, like, at this point, I think Bears fans think they can go all the way.
Why not?
They're not that good. They got the most holes in the roster. They got the worst defense left, arguably with like the 49ers, but you know, the coaching kind of makes up for that. Like, it's not 4 quarters of football. You got to put all 4 quarters together. Like, this is going to get you so far. At the end of the day, this isn't winning football. Coming back every play, coming back every game. I mean, I don't think it's going to be enough, especially when you play the Rams. Stafford's going to light up that defense. I'm telling you right now. Stafford's going to light
Shoot,
up that.
maybe,
He's
maybe.
going to.
The
There's
Rams
no
like to play
maybe.
with their food just a little too much for my liking.
No, that was against the Panthers. The Panthers they expected to beat. They kind of coached themselves into a little bit of a hole, but they came out of it. Like this, they're going to take this game for real.
That was the wake up call for the Rams right there. What we
Yes.
just seen this weekend.
Yes.
Wake up call.
Now I
Now
think
I
we
expect the
see.
Rams to be hitting on all cylinders. Now there's question marks about their secondary over there for the for the Los Angeles Rams, but I like I told my brother yesterday, the one thing my biggest takeaway from the weekend is that the Rams are still the best team in the league. Although they played with their food, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. If they can kind of take care of a little bit of those mistakes, man, this team is absolutely best. I mean, we're talking about a 21 point swing over there in for the Rams. I mean, what they had a fourth down that they didn't convert. Matthew Stafford threw a bonehead interception. There alone, while they were driving down, that alone right there, 14-point swing. I mean, that game should have that game should have been a blowout. But I expect the Rams to not. If they have a lead, I don't expect them to blow it against this Bears team. I mean, you're right, JB. It's been the same story over and over, and we've kind of and it's like the Eagles story, right? Same thing, nothing ever changed, and it came back and bit them in the butt in the first round of the playoffs. Now for the Bears, the matchup was kind of perfectly set at home against the Packers, high wind, pretty injured, and Jordan Love just isn't the guy that a lot of people have been telling us he is.
Yep.
And Caleb Williams outplayed him, especially there in the fourth with 28 points on that damn defense and got the victory. And now these boys are celebrating. Let's go back into the locker room and let's finish it up.
Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. Better gets better. Better gets better. Bears on three. 1, 2, 3. Bears.
Dang. Oh, what was it again? Good, better, best. Till the better gets best. The best gets better.
I don't even want to say
Never let
it.
it rest. What is
I don't
let's
believe in the
let's try
Bears. I don't believe in the
good,
Bears.
better, best. Never let it rest. Till the going gets better and the better gets best.
Till the good gets better.
All right, let's do it again. Ready?
No.
Good, better, best. Never let it rest.
Till the good.
Till the good gets better
Yes.
and the better gets best.
Yes.
Bears on me. Bears on three. 1, 2, 3. Bear down. There's gonna be a bear down this weekend. But while
Can't say
we're
that.
here, JB, let's just praise this team, man. Like, we've had a lot of fun kind of doo-dooing on a lot of these teams, but it's Monday. Let's have a good
I will
time.
say
Caleb Williams brought his nail polish, put it down on the Green Bay Packers, and delivered yet again in the fourth quarter. We have to give kudos to this team and this organization to flip it absolutely on its head and over deliver on what everybody expected them to deliver this season. Man, shout out Bears, bear down out there in Chicago, bringing some type of joy to that city because it's been a while, and that basketball team doesn't look like it's going to be doing anything here pretty soon when we flip the switch to the NBA. But damn, man, it's hard to not be excited. If you're a Bears fan and you woke up this morning, ooh, I mean, I would rock a jersey all weekend. All week. I mean, I would throw a polo on all week. I would throw my hoodie on all week, my pajama pants all week. Like anything that I wear throughout the week would have a Bears logo if I was in their situation right now, JB. But that's just me. But let's move on to the next game that happened this weekend. And we'll just talk about your boy, Mr. Superman himself, Josh Allen. Let's kind of break down what this game looked like to you. What did Buffalo do that you think they can carry on to this next game against the Denver Broncos?
I think you could carry on. Like, you had some big plays from Brandon Cooks. That was a good thing. He got past the defense. Like, if Josh Allen wasn't like throwing off his back foot, like, about to get killed, like that could have gone for a touchdown. Another thing, Khalil Shakir had like 12 targets, 82 yards. So those are positive things to build on because the running game really wasn't there. So those are things to build on, and I think they got a really good matchup. My thing is man, with the Broncos coming in, like I've said, I think right now we're to the point where your quarterback is going to take you so far. For me, I feel 100 million more times confident in Josh Allen to stay again, like to compete against the Broncos. The only thing I'm concerned with in that game is Sean Payton. He's not Liam Cohen. He's not paying his quarterback, top five quarterback money to throw the ball and try to
Not
win him
yet.
the game. Sean Payton's going to go in there and he's going to see that stat. Oh, over 8 yards per carry, only 14 rushes. These guys are freaking idiots. We're going to run the ball down the Bills' throat. Like they might just run the ball the entire game, not even care to have Bo Williams throw like 15 passes.
Bo
Like
Nix.
that's how crazy it might be. If you can eliminate Bo out of this game from getting you guys into any bad situations, you have a chance. You actually have a chance. That's the one thing that concerns me. Like they're gonna do everything they can to keep running the ball, running the ball, running the ball. So the Bills are gonna have to play their freaking. And this is the thing that I talked about a few weeks ago too. Like, yeah, this defense is not very good. This Bills defense is not very good, but they're optimistic. They can force turnovers, and that's what you need in the playoffs. Like, if you can't stop the run, if you can't, you got to take advantage of interceptions. You got to get these. You got to get the ball back to Josh Allen. But I think Josh Allen, even against that defense, even against the Broncos defense, I think he could go toe to toe for it. Like I think he could keep up because I think the Bills defense is going to get just enough stops for Josh Allen to be able to keep them in the game. Like that's all that
Yeah.
happened. Whatever score happened, like it was 17-13. Jags go up. Okay, when it's time to score, what does Josh Allen do? He responds. Now it's 20-17. Now you get like, a couple punts, it's still stagnant. Boom, Jaguars go down, score 24-20. Now Josh Allen, he responded. Like he responded all game long. And I think he'll be able to do the same thing. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna have to play another Superman role again, 40, 50, 60 yards on the ground, 3 or 4 total touchdowns, and I think they can win this game. Like I think if you could score 28 points, 24, 27, 28 points against the Broncos, I think you could beat them. 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I almost get the feeling that Broncos Bills game is going to look similar to what the Eagles and Niners game looked. And the if the ball's in Josh Allen's hands there at the end, I expect them to win. What I'm curious about is what's going to happen whenever the role is reversed, similar to what we just saw in this game, and there's a minute and 30 seconds left, or even the 2 minute drill, and Bo Nix has the ball to go win the game. That is what interests me the most because it feels like that's what this
That's a
game is going
turnover
to
waiting to
probably.
happen. That's an interception waiting to happen. That's bad
That's it.
news. That's what every Bronco fan does not want to be in. The last minute of the game. I don't think you want Bo Nix. And I don't care. Write in the comments, blah, blah. This is playoff football. This is playoff
This is
football.
playoff
You're
ball.
only going to go as far as your quarterback's going to take you. And we already saw that one time with Trevor Lawrence. And look what happened. Look what happened. And the same
One
thing
down.
happened to Bo Nix. I don't care what anybody says. You got all these unproven quarterbacks. At this point, I'm riding high on Josh Allen. This is Josh Allen's year to make it to the Super Bowl. The
Yep.
only team
Josh Allen.
that's in his way that I think could really give him a hard time is the Texans. I'm high on the Texans, man. I think the Texans are gonna that defense, man, is crazy.
That's our squad. That we need
I'm
them
scared.
tonight. We need them tonight against the Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers
and
should
the
be shaking
Pittsburgh
in his
Steelers,
boots.
man.
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers
should be
just feels
shaking.
like he's the guy that likes to ruin a lot of days for a lot of folks. But to stay on Josh Allen now has 8 career playoff wins as a starting quarterback, the most by QB without a Super Bowl appearance in NFL history. Sean McDermott now has 8 career playoff wins as a head coach, the most by a head coach without a Super Bowl appearance in NFL history. That might be a bit of a shot there, but JB, two guys that really delivered for the Buffalo Bills is two old gentlemen. That would be Brandon Cooks with a massive catch there at the end, which they just brought in late in the season. And then also, I don't know if you forgot about this guy who's just been dealing with injuries year after year. So it was so good to see him make a play. But former All Pro Tre'Davious White was targeted just 4 times across his 32 coverage snaps, recording a season high 3 passes defense, including the game sealing play that resulted in an interception from Cole Bishop. White specifically matched up with Brian Thomas Jr. 12 times, allowing the sole reception on a 3-yard touchdown.
And he
I
could
mean,
have had an
Tre'Davious
interception.
White. Say
Trey
it
White.
again.
Trey White could have had an interception too, which would have
Oh,
been
yep.
like the third interception for Trevor Lawrence. So Trey White's playing good.
Trey
He's
White's
gonna.
balling.
He's gonna.
If that defense, bro, if what we saw from Buffalo's defense, if they can continue that, now we're looking at this team way differently.
I
But
think they
now,
can.
what's going to happen whenever you play, like you said, against a Sean Payton that goes, oh, your weakness is the run? We are going to pound it down your throat. Are you going to be able to stop that nosebleed? That's what we're going to find out if the Buffalo Bills are legit. But let's go into their locker room, JB, real quick, and let's see what it looked like after that massive win.
Hey, that's a heck of a win. An incredible toughness, man. I'm going to tell you what. Yeah. This football team is as tough as I've ever seen it, and it's not stopping. It is not finished. Hey, we're going to celebrate this. We need everybody getting healthy, getting those treatments. We got a big challenge next week, man. Hey, we're learning something about ourselves every game. We pick each other up along the way. Someone goes down, somebody steps up. Somebody else goes in, they step up, man. A true team and a lot of love for each other, man. Super proud of you guys, man. We knew what was in front of us coming down here. Good football team. 60 minutes. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take it again next week. All right.
We stay here. We don't blink, all right? We get one more. That's right. That's the reward for doing what we did today. We get one more. Now we got to go earn it again, all right? Love y'all, boys. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win!
Hey, that's a heck.
Oh, woo! What's the energy coming out of the locker room? How are we feeling?
They can run through it. They can win the AFC right there. Like with Josh Allen, this could be, like I said, I think we're getting ready to set up a generational run for Josh Allen, and this is his time. It's his time, baby.
Run.
It's his time to shine, and he's going to have to do that every game, though. Whichever team he goes against, the rest of the way, he's going to have to put up 3-4 total touchdowns. He's going to have to have a high completion percentage. He's going to have to play clean, not turn the ball over. He needs a little bit more help out of James Cook. But the good thing that I did see was they got the passing game going. Brandon Cooks was able to get open a couple times. Khalil Shakir, who was a safety blanket, dude had like over 10 catches. So I think they found something. It's just that defense, they're going to have to step up and keep making plays. Keep being optimistic. Like, that's one of the things. Like, if you suck, like the thing about the Bills defense, I think they're like top 5 in passing defense. Like, they got a good passing defense. It's just they can't stop a nosebleed when it comes to the run. And like, Sean Payton's going to do that. I just don't know if Sean Payton has the running backs. Like, RJ Harvey's a good little shifty guy. Other than that, like, you have like Jaleel McLaughlin, who's like a little speedster, and then you got
and tomorrow, JB, tomorrow we have Mr. Mario Aguilar from Hereford, Texas, coming on the show. He's a Broncos enthusiast. So any questions that we do have, we can write them down and ask him tomorrow. He's going to join the show at 6:40 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to break down all Broncos football. So the questions that we do have about the Broncos, we will hopefully get those answered tomorrow, JB. But I think you're right. I mean, if this, I guess it comes down to that. If the Buffalo Bills can stop the run, I mean, if it feels like it's set up for Josh Allen to have another heroic game. But
it's not even about
like
stopping the run. Like, it's not even about like, yeah, you don't want them to run up and down the field on you the entire game, but you need to get the stops when they're needed. Like, just play good situational defense. Get the stops that are absolutely needed, and I think you could still win the game. As long as it's close, keep it within a possession. Like, I think you'll be okay.
Man, I can't believe the Jags dropped that game, bro. That shit still blows my mind. Excuse my language. I had high expectations for them. They seemed like they were the most healthy outside their first round pick. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, the last 8 games, what did we say? He had only 5 turnovers, and then comes into this game, has 2, probably should have had 3 or 4. Went 18 for 30, only 207 yards, completion percentage of only 60%. I mean, I would have liked to see him maybe use his legs a little more. I mean, you see him on the run. He rushed 6 times, but only for 31 yards. The big one was that big stop on 4th down, which is what you texted me. I'm tired of these teams not taking the damn points. I am tired of these teams going for
Here's
4th
my
and
thing.
1, not taking the points.
Especially when you get a turnover. If you get a turnover and you're on the opponent's territory and you're already in field goal range, like anytime you get a free possession, especially in the first half, take your points. And we even saw it, like Jim Harbaugh made that. Like I think he did that yesterday too. He tried to go for it, didn't get it. Drake May, like the Patriots, they weren't for it on 4th and 4, but that was like their possession. Like I'm talking about like a free possession. You get a turnover and you just can't get a touchdown out of it and you're stopped. Take your 3 points. Take your 3 points. Like the Rams didn't do it when they got that turnover early in the game. They didn't take their 3 points, and that look, it puts them in a hole. Like in the first half, get your points. Like I don't know, man. I guess maybe it's just the new NFL. But I think that part's stupid. Like, get your points, especially when you force a turnover, because that's a possession you shouldn't have had. So get your 3. Like that 3, especially, it's going to come back, and it could save you at the end of the game. Those extra 3 points. That's why
Yeah.
Jags didn't take the 3 points. Look at what they lose by 3 points.
Ah, man. I like the aggressive play calling. I just think it's all situational. Like I
I don't like it. That's one thing I
everything
would
just went
stand on.
everything went Buffalo's way. I mean, from his shin touching down early to Trevor Lawrence throwing interception, this is what happens. This is what happens to some teams. They just wet the bed. I've been on multiple sides of what it feels like to completely wet the bed. So, but
What
kudos to these
happened?
teams that won, JB. Kudos to these teams that won. Who was the who did you think was who got the best win? I guess.
Oh man, I think it was the 49ers, man. I think they got the best win. Like,
Brock Purdy, you
of
got to give
course,
dude
who
a
made
lot
the
of credit,
game-winning
huh?
play?
Even though
Who
he had
made the
those
game-winning
turnovers.
play? You don't know?
What? Sorry, what'd you say?
I said who made the game-winning play on the 49ers
For
at
that
the end?
game, just in general,
At the end to stop Philly from scoring.
Jalen Hurts
I'm talking about
throws it
defensively
into
though. Who
triple
made the
coverage.
play?
Oh, you talking about the former Cowboy?
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, but
Yeah, we're talking about
all
the
like
former
before
Dallas
Fred
Cowboy,
Warner,
all pro.
yeah, before Fred Warner popped up in the league as a 49er, Eric Kendricks, he was right up there as one of the top linebackers in the league. Him, Bobby Wagner, that was the conversation for a couple years, going back and forth, like who was the best middle linebacker. Eric Kendricks, baby, 33 years old, still making plays, man, and that's huge because he's one thing about Eric Kendricks, man. He's so instinctive, and he's there. Like he can make plays like that, and that's a huge. Like nobody talked about that pickup, but on that defense, man, he might have some moments this year. He might have
And
some
he
moments.
did. He had hell of moments this last game. What's crazy is he was added to the San Francisco 49ers roster, which is what I believe 5 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Didn't quite get to start immediately, but with all the injuries that have
he had to
happened,
get up to
he went
speed.
from sitting on his couch to
Yeah,
being the mic for the San Francisco 49ers, calling the plays for Robert Saleh. And then not only that, but making the game-winning play against Jalen Hurts, who threw it into triple coverage. That's a whole nother conversation. That play call
yeah,
was
awful play call.
ridiculous from the Jalen Hurts.
Awful
But
play call.
man, San Francisco, let's listen into that locker room real quick before we let these beautiful people head off to work here, JB.
Hey guys, as I said every week, man, I
They're
can't tell you
all
guys how
just
proud of
grinning.
this team I am. You guys, like the fact that we had 2 linebackers play that game that weren't on our team a month ago, and not to mention Garrett, Eric, the fact that you guys were ready for that, and not to mention, I think you guys balled your ass off, man. You guys were all over the place, man. So much love, so much respect. Thank both of you guys, man. Guys, losing George like that, like at the beginning. Is George in here? Love you, dude. Thank you for everything, man.
Thank you, George.
Hey, guys, all we asked for was another shot, dude. I wanted another shot. You guys earned that in the best way possible, man. All right, we got to get home. All right, guys, I can't thank you guys more for allowing us to do this. Enjoy the night. All All right. Love you guys.
Hey, enjoy it, man. We earned it, bro. We earned another week with our brothers. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We not finished, man. We not finished. We still writing our book now. Let's go now. Niners on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That man right there, Trent Williams, that's the difference maker for this team. And now they're going against a favorable matchup in the Seattle Seahawks. And I only say favorable because if we remember, they played at the end of the season. They only put up 13 points offensively from what's supposed to be this crazy offense in Seattle. And the 49ers were able to hold them to 13. And mind you, they did not have, to me, what is their best player on offense outside of CMC is Trent Williams. This offense moves as this guy moves. And I think seeing him being available this weekend against Seattle is very telling. And if I'm Seattle, I'm just a little bit nervous. Just a little bit nervous. Just a little bit. Because if this turns into a shootout, I would take Brock Purdy over Sam Darnold on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and especially on Sunday, Borba.
Yeah, like the 49ers are on a team you really want to go against right now because I think when it comes to the coaching, they might have the best coaching left, like out of all these teams. So that's going to be a tough matchup. Like it's going to be tough, and I think that defense is at least that front. The thing about the 49ers, they don't really have a pass rush, man. That's the only thing that sucks with not having a pass rush. You're going to give up some big plays. It's just I think the coaching's there. The coaching's there to help prevent that from happening and stuff. But and you play a team on the third time, who knows what's going to happen that third time, that third meeting. Like this game's really 3 out of the last 4 teams that are left are from the NFC West. That's pretty crazy. That's a tough division. We could say I think we can all say that that's the toughest division in football. NFC West is tough. And another thing that's disappointing, George Kittle, torn Achilles. They'll probably confirm it today. So I don't know what's going to happen with his career, but yeah, he's getting a little bit older. But I mean, Tungus is playing good too, though. So I think they'll still be all right, at least from the tight end position. But Kittle does a lot of the dirty work too. But that's going to be an interesting matchup. Darnold's going to have to play, and it's another big game for Darnold. I don't know. Are you going to be a pump?
This is the one though. This is the one that you get the monkey off your back right here. This is the big win that we've all been asking for. I know you had one to end the season, but it didn't look pretty, and it definitely wasn't because of you. But this one this weekend has to be on Sam Darnold. All eyes
teams are only going to go back
on what?
Yep. These teams are only going to go as far as their quarterbacks are going to take them. And the thing that scares me a little bit is like Brock Purdy didn't really play great. I mean, he played decent, but I mean, the dude throwing the touchdown at the end of the game to give him the lead was Juwan Jennings. That was a dude throwing the touchdown. Like you had to pull that out of your bag to score on the Eagles defense.
Coaching carried them.
You're going into a tougher defense. Like Seahawks defense, I believe, is better than the Eagles.
Yeah, but that was no. Let's not take away nothing from the Philadelphia Eagles defense. That would be the number 2 defense, number 3 defense, top 5 defense for sure. I mean, I think they're very capable of doing similar things to the Seattle Seahawks because Seattle's offense kind of gets stagnant just like Philly. So they're almost going against the same opponent twice, and they have the best coaching duo in the playoffs right now. So if I had a little bit of change to put to the side and maybe put a little bit on this game, I personally, I think I would have more faith in the Niners to be able to deliver in a tight game than I would with Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks.
When you look at the quarterback position, I think you could favor Brock Purdy over Sam Darnold. Like I think I would take Brock Purdy, but I don't know. Like I feel like Sam Darnold with his receivers, he should be cooking. But I don't know, man. Sam Darnold, he likes to hold on to the ball too long. If he doesn't see it, he won't throw it. And if he does throw it sometimes out of panic, it'll be a pick. Like, that's the thing with Darnold, man. If Darnold could just freaking throw the ball, like, I don't know. He holds on to the ball a little bit. And if he doesn't see it, he's not going to throw it. Like, I want to see Sam Darnold throw these dudes open. Like, just be accurate. He can make every single throw, man. Like, he's got to get over the hurdle.
There's a good chance that Sam Darnold will see ghost yet again this weekend against San Francisco 49ers. We'll be back tomorrow to break down or to react to tonight's game. You got the Houston Texans heading over to Pittsburgh against Aaron Rodgers. That game hopefully will deliver. After seeing what happened this weekend, I expect this game to be the perfect ending to a super wild card weekend that was. Shout out to all the football players and shout out to all the coaches, man, entertaining our eyes. What a beautiful scene we got from the football world. JB, we'll be back tomorrow, though. We'll react to that. Also, like I said, we'll have Mario Aguilar, Broncos enthusiast, to come and break down the Denver Broncos for us. And then Tim Foley will join us at 7 a.m. to tell us all of the happenings that are happening in the college football world. At this point, it's hard to keep up. Everybody's transferring from here to there. This person's paying this person. This person's paying this person. You see the posts, and they're confusing because it feels like we're watching a semi-pro league be developed before our eyes. I don't know. We'll ask Tim all those questions tomorrow at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And JB, hell of a day. Appreciate you, brother. Jay in the back. Appreciate you, man. Now let's go off and let's have the day of our lives. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS. See ya. Golf. Where's Jay?